Hello my friends and welcome back. Today we are celebrating the arrival of warm weather and summer-like vibes to Denver because we don't know how long it's gonna last around here. And also because I'm not really certain we can celebrate too much about my end of April Camp NaNoWriMo wrap-up. But I'll tell you more about that in a minute, so stick around and I'll let you know all about how it went. Okay, so when last we spoke, I mentioned taking a break from writing and doing some evaluation of what I had already put together. And I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to write more or not, so here's what I ended up doing. For my camp project, which I completed on the 16th, I did spend the rest of that weekend, the 17th through the 20th more or less, trying to go through and reverse engineer and evaluate. But I ran into an issue of I did exactly the same thing which has caused me in the past to stop my outlining, or at least to stop detailed outlining. I was getting so caught up in the minutiae of everything that I was really not making any forward progress. I was stuck on like the first chapter for 2 days. And that's not really what I feel is effective. I know me, and I know I take every excuse to look into all the details and have to research everything and delay. So that was not what I wanted to get into. Therefore, I put it entirely aside and I did start work on my outline for the next book, the final book, actually the 6th in the series. And I decided, okay, well, I'm still going to try and write a little bit. I'm going to keep up the writing habit that I've got going now really well, right? Yeah. So the thing is, the minute I decided to do that, I totally jinxed myself, like horribly. I don't know what happened on that Wednesday. On Tuesday, I did good. Well, I didn't do well. On Tuesday, I wrote, but I did not meet my minimum of 3,000 words. And mind you, recall, I've been averaging 5,000 words each day through the whole first portion of camp, right? So I didn't even make 3 on Tuesday. And then as of Wednesday, I don't know what hit me, if it was the season change or what. I was so dead tired and so just blah mood-wise. I could not get myself to do anything. Absolutely nothing. I didn't do my housekeeping. I slacked off on other chores and work. It was just not a fun time for pretty much that whole week until the weekend. Somewhere around the weekend, the 25th, 26th, I started feeling better. So by Tuesday, I was back in the game and I had an almost 10K day. That would have been the first on record for me since I started writing. But I did not quite make it. I made it to 9,301 words on that Tuesday, the 28th. I did make over 3,000, but not by much, on the 29th. I had 3,371. And then, despite wanting to write on the 30th, I actually did not, because I had my newsletters going out the next day, which I had to tweak, and that became an issue. I opened up a can of worms with my newsletter and I was still working on it today. Today is the 1st. So I did not get writing done. But in total, I added about 15,000 words to what I had done previously in camp. So my grand total was somewhere around 65,000-ish. I don't have the exact numbers, but that means that I did meet my camp goal of 50,000, and I completed that manuscript, so that's good. And I did add a little over a quarter to my next book, so that was good. I was really hoping to get to halfway done, but that didn't happen. But I did add to the next book. The funny thing about Camp Nano and the updating on the website, it did not show my win after I exceeded my 50,000 on that last day, the 16th. Didn't show. I added another 2,500 words in, still nothing. It wasn't until I added that additional 9,000 words that they finally told me I won. So I had to exceed 60,000 words before I got that badge, even though my goal was 50,000. Has anybody else experienced that? Was that just a glitch on my end? I don't know. That was a little off. But, so there you have it. That is the total wrap-up of my Camp Nano. A overall success, I think. A definite success in that it is the first camp I have completed. I've attempted it like 3 times and never completed, but I've completed this one, so I'm happy about that. So thank you once again for joining me, and I will see you in the rest of May. Bye.